Hey all you little chibies out there, Key here. I promise I don't look like a slob in all my videos and I don't just sit here in bed talking to you all the time. Yeah, but today I just went to go see The Hobbit. That's the new movie. It's, in case you weren't aware or didn't read any of the books or anything, it's the prequel to the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Now they are turning The Hobbit into a trilogy even though it was just one book. A lot of people are saying it's for money, but it's actually not. The Peter Jackson, the director, he is doing it because he in the Lord of the Rings franchise, he was criticized for leaving out a lot of important things that were in the book, and so he said he wants to split this up into three movies. That way, he can include far more detail, and he can just do a lot more with it. Yes, it does help with money too, I guess. But the main point behind it was try to get as much stuff in there as you can. And it really helps you get to know the characters better and all that. Anyway, so I went to go see it, and I was really, really looking forward to this for ever since I heard it came out ages ago. I was so excited. Now I'm gonna be honest with you here. The beginning was awful. It was the slowest, most boring thing ever. The narration lasted way, way, way too long. It should have, I don't know, it felt like 20 minutes maybe? I don't know, I didn't time it, but it lasted very long. It was just, like it showed stuff going on kind of, but it was just, you just hear Bilbo's voice just talking and narrating, and it's not really, you're not really there. It's just like setting the scene. It's very slow and the. And then also at the beginning, I was very worried it was gonna turn into a musical because when it starts out, there's oh god, I'm blanking. The dwarves are in Bilbo's house, and as they're like cleaning up dishes and stuff, they start singing this flipping song, and then not long afterwards they start singing again, like this dramatic song that's in the trailer, and then like it's just like, oh my god, is this gonna be musical? Because if it was, that would be no, that'd be very bad. That would ruin the whole thing for me. Don't know about you guys, but Hobbit can't be musical, and nothing about Lord of the Rings. Just no, no musicals. That's no, not good. So I was very worried initially, but thankfully the whole singing thing, I don't know what it was all about, but the singing thing ended after a while. um, and as the movie progressed and as I got more into it, it did improve a lot. The beginning, as I said, was absolutely rubbish. It was terrible. But it did have a lot of good comedy parts in it. And as it went on, it did get much better. And I will say Gollum is literally the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life in this movie. He's just, oh my god. Just the way they portrayed him was so cute. I wanted him as a pet. Like, it was, that's how cute he was. Right, and I'm not talking about, like, the way he looked. Like, he looked like Gollum, like, this nasty, ugly little gangly thing. But just his, uh, personality and the way he acted was adorable. And then, I don't know, and then God, I can't remember his name for the life of me. They called him the Defiler. It's this giant orc that's white, like albino kind of, but not really. He's one of the main characters. I do like the art that they did for him. He did look really cool. So did his pet. Can't remember. I'm terrible with names. Like they had them in the stutter. They had them in the Lord of the Rings movies as well. They're like those dog hyena things. He had one of those, but it was giant and it was white and it was really cool. I love their art for that. The scenery throughout the entire movie was amazing. Special or Can't talk today. The special effects were fantastic, and in general, it was really, really good. Just, the only thing that really got me was that damn beginning. It was very dull, very boring, very. It dragged on way too long. It was borderline musical. It was not good. It was horrible. But as I said, as it continued, it did get much better. There are quite a few funny parts in it. I'm not going to say them because in case you want to go see, I don't want to spoil it for you. Because if you know when you hear something funny ahead of time, it's not funny again when you actually see it. And then Smog, the dragon, the art for that was really good too. Like I think my top three favorite parts of the movies were one, just like the way it looked in general was absolutely gorgeous. Gandalf did get very old though. I mean, they use the same actor, but he is. You can tell he's aging, especially at the very beginning when he first walks up. Later on, it's not as noticeable, but when he first walks up to Bilbo's house, um, you you can tell his age. And oh, alright, this may just be me being OCD, but he got a new staff. But like when he goes to Bilbo's birthday party, kind of like it starts where the first Lord of the Rings movie started off, where Gandalf's going to Bilbo's 111th birthday party. The staff is a different staff than he had at the party, and it bothers me so much. It's not that different, it's just the top of it. It's still like a wooden staff, but like the top of it is different, and I think I'm just being OCD. It looks way cooler than the other one, I will say that. It does look way cooler, but it's not the same stuff, and it really annoys me. But he did get much older, which makes me so sad, because if he passes away, that man, that actor is just like my life right there. And they did use a different actor for Bilbo because the actor got older. You can't really tell the difference at the beginning when they show like the older version of Bilbo or whatever. I don't even know. They may have used the same actor for the beginning parts. I don't know. But when he was young, or that was definitely a new guy, and his voice sounded a lot different. So they may have just used a completely different one. I don't know. I didn't really look that much into it. Overall, it was really good. Overall, I mean, there's just a few little things that really, really got on my nerves. But that was probably just me being me because I am a huge, huge, huge fan of Lord of the Rings. Like, I have loved Lord of the Rings forever. I read The Hobbit in elementary school and the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy by the time I hit 6th grade. Like, I love Tolkien, and yeah. So I think I'm just more critical than most people would be. Like, if you're kind of like, whatever, I don't really care, you probably would. Most of the things that big fans such as myself notice, you may not. I don't know. The fight scenes were really cool too. I don't know. I will admit, Gandalf did make me laugh a few times because he's kind of cheeky in this movie. He's like, got this big ego going on, like, yeah, I'm cool, I'm a wizard, bitches, look at me. Where, and then Bilbo's kind of a pussy, and he's like, oh no, I don't want to go on no adventure. Then he kind of mans up later on, but, yeah. Overall, out of I'll say out of 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, I give it like a 7 or an 8, only because of the beginning. If the beginning was decent, I would have given it like a 9. Alright, but with the beginning, it drops it down to like a 7 or 8, because the beginning was so bad. Like, I was worried, like, genuinely worried for the first, I would say half hour of the movie, because it was just so slow, and awful. They could have like done so much with that they didn't, and so disappointed. Like going even like while I was watching, like in my head, like, oh, they could have done so much with this. I'm thinking of like different things that they could have done. Uh, Instead of just having Bilbo sit there and narrate the entire thing, like actually like get the viewer into what's going on more. Like just do something, anything, than just sit there and talking to us. And it's just like it's not even talking to us, it's more like talking at us. And it's just like, yeah, this happened and stuff, and people died, and now people are angry about it. Yeah, that's about it. Like, it's just. Oh, in the beginning, the acting seems very forced and awkward, and just. It's not so much the acting, I should say, it's more the way it's written, the lines. I don't think any of the actors could have done anything about it. It's just. It sounds off. I don't know, just something about it just sounds kind of odd and forced and just not natural. It's kind of like they tried too hard to make it sound very epic and intense. Um, till it got to the point where it just did not sound right. I don't know. It wasn't bad. It was just it didn't sound right. It was off, and it kind of bothered me a bit. But it did get better. Like I said, throughout the movie, that kind of faded away. From the beginning, like I can't think of any examples, of course, but it just if you do see it, you'll probably notice it's just the way it's worded just sounds very forced and not natural, and I didn't like it at all. But as later on they start speaking more normally, they're trying. They're not trying as hard to impress. They're trying to get you into the story at that point, and it's much better. So I know I'm sounding like I hated the movie because I'm being so critical of it, but at the same time, it was really good. I promise, it was really good once you get into it. Um, your presence just seems so awkward, like. And then there's this. Now, obviously, Gandalf knew Lady Lorien or whatever her name is. Does she have her real name? I don't know. Um, that really pretty elf lady where in the if you saw the Lord of the Rings, who gets all like ah when Frodo shows her the ring. She's like, oh, I passed the test. I shall move into the wilds or whatever. Um, I tell you, I'm terrible with names, but she had this moment with Gandalf. It was slightly questionable. Like I don't like I said, I read the books in like elementary school, so I don't remember hardly any of it. But it there was something romantic going on between the two of them, and it's kind of awkward because she's so young and Gandalf's this old crippled man. So it's kind of like, what's going on between you two? Because I don't remember anything at all, if even if it was even said about their past, what went on between those two. Because I know since she's an elf, she doesn't really age. Well, she ages, but she doesn't show it. I don't know. It just seems kind of awkward. God, that musical thing that bothered me so much. It was bad. It was really, really bad. Beginning. Alright, I promise I did like the movie. I would suggest watching it, especially if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings. You can't say, even if I said it was terrible, if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, you have to see it anyway. That's just the way it works. At least that's the way I am. If someone says, oh, it's terrible, I'm like, I don't care, I'm a fan, I'm seeing it anyway, just to make my own opinions about it. But it was really good. Beginning terrible, and as it progressed, it was good. In case you didn't know, it is being made into a trilogy, so it does kind of leave off at a bit of a cliffhanger. It's not a terrible one, it is, but it is a cliffhanger. So, it's not the entire Hobbit book, if you didn't know already. so you're not disappointed. I think I should probably let you know that now. Wow, this is getting way too long. I'm gonna cut off now. So as I said, about 8 out of 10. Hobbit overall, I liked it. I really did. Funny. Gollum was absolutely adorable. Scenery gorgeous. Fight scenes really cool. They were really neat. And there's this one goblin guy. I don't know what they were thinking, but his chin looks like balls, like testicles. So that's all I could think of whenever they showed him. Like, you got big giant balls hanging off your chin. So that's the only thing I could think of when I saw that guy. He's like the king of the goblins or whatever. I don't know his name. I don't even know if they said it. But that was bad choice on whoever designed that one. Yeah, it was good. It was very funny. Yeah. So as I said, you should totally go see it. And that's that. I will talk to you later. Bye bye.